at Sketchy Live. My name's Andy Marshall and I'm currently illustrating the second in Crumpet. And these live streams are designed as a bit of a Q&A thing, so if you've got any questions or just want to chat, please jump in the chat and have a chat and ask me questions. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so last night was a bit crazy. Was working on, so what is it, the third double page spread of the second book for Elijah and Crumpet, and yeah, I've been working with a smashed screen. Totally ruined my stylus. I got a new screen, didn't get a new stylus, and just to put in here, I've got Elijah and Crumpet walking to the car. I've got Mum following up behind over here, and there I was trying to draw these characters, and I was having so much trouble with the stylus, I threw it. In the end, I don't know how much we'll be able to see this. I sketched them out with good old pencil and paper, and I've taken photographs of that, and so what I'll be able to do is put them on as so here we go, a folder and a Mum folder. So yeah, and I've done the obligatory title, but that won't work unless I've got some kind of background. There we go, Sketchy Live. Anyway, so Elijah, let's go here. Get the outline done for Elijah. The drawing doesn't work if you don't spell correctly. And go into HB pencil. Maybe, I think I've increased, yes I have increased in the specs, so I can bring that down a bit to something which looks kind of about right. That looks about right. So what I'm doing here is I'm drawing large, and then I can hey Rob, how you doing? I was just showing how I've entered the sketches for everyone for tonight. I've got Elijah, Crumpet and Mum going on the background. These are all had to be original drawings because I didn't really have any of the, you know, kind of stuff in the vault to be able to come up with. But this is good because then I've got an Elijah gallery, I've got a Crumpet gallery, and you know, start having a gallery for everybody, and that way I get a bit of a bank of stuff, which is super cool. So here we go. I like the link. Yes, it's a good link, isn't it? I have to put that one up on screen. Why I haven't been doing it, like, it's so weird. Why wouldn't I be putting that up on screen? Cool. And speaking of which, no, it doesn't show there yet, so that's anyway. Nice new pen, yes indeed. Oops, that's that one, and I'm way too big. scrunchies down. And I've got a nice little, I need to stop putting my finger over the lens. Nice little ask me anything thing. So you got any questions for me, Rob? Given you're the first person here, I'll give you priority. Happy Father's Day. Yes, and happy Father's Day to you too. I posted earlier how I got to wake up and to pancakes, which was very nice. Do anything special on Father's Day? What's my favourite drink? Okay, my favourite drink is... Oh, I better put it up on the thing. Here we go. My favourite drink is kombucha, and I know now, but really like kombucha. I'm into the kind of the berry ones, very yummy, very addictive. I kind of and there's this I don't know if there's any truth to it, but you know, it's meant to be good for you. There's no sugar in it. It's like a soft drink. It's got lots of bubbles because, you know, my natural inclinations is like, I grew up as a soft drink kid. I don't know about you, Rob, but my dad used to drink Coke like it was water, and so I've still got a bit of a sweet tooth for soft drinks. So kombucha with vodka is good. Yeah, I bet it is. I haven't actually tried that much. I might have to start doing it. Might have to do the kombucha and vodka live stream. Although I'm not sure that it would actually help me with my line work. It might help me with my being able to talk publicly, but yeah. And the only thing with kombucha though is you can't drink too much, which I suppose is a good thing. Well, I can't drink too much. If you drink too much, it kind of makes you just kind of expands in your belly. It's like you get very bloated, so because it's all bacteria and stuff, God knows what it's doing in there, but it's meant to be good bacteria. So it's about good bacteria. Yes, we have boxes of Nexpa, as it was 40% off a while back. I haven't heard of Nexpa. We've been more into the, I'm not affiliated, but would happy to be affiliated, Remedy kombucha. Comes in little cans, and of course, being a cheapie, I wait till it's on special, and we'd basically just buy up the entire shop. We'll come in with a crate of it from the supermarket. It's less fizzy than Remedy. Okay, yes. Yeah, I think it's the fizz that gives me a bit of grief. It's just a bit too fizzy. Then you get more too. Yes, true. And we have actually in the past, coming from more hippie upbringing on at least not my side of the family, but my wife's side of the family. Have made our own kombucha as well, and it works. You can make it quite easily yourself. The only problem is you've got to stay on top of it, you've got to look after it, otherwise it turns to a big mouldy mess. Nobody wants a big mouldy mess, especially one that you're supposedly going to drink. No one likes to drink mould, so you've got to look after it. Elijah and Crumpet, I'm just jumping onto Adobe Premiere Pro as I have to edit the Scout video in the longer version. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I saw the Scout version. I really loved it. It was nice to see a bit of a kind of a vlog style walking and talking to the camera style video out of a studio and out and about. I really like that. And also love that Scouts are coming on board with Motivate Man and supporting that book, so that's really awesome. Go and finish his t-shirt. That was on a separate layer, wasn't it? Yes. No, what was that one? I'm going to merge that one down and I will chuck another one up there. Elijah did a great job and backgrounds were great. 3 hours for 2 minutes, not including lunch break. Wow. See, I don't think people really understand how much work goes into making these videos. That's why I've decided to opt for the live stream rather than making vlogs at the moment. It's just when we've got a big project like this, it's just hard to put content out, so just mucking around with a few different concepts. That's why I was thinking the Q&A could be a good thing. People could ask questions about self-publishing books, could ask questions about, I'm on this kind of mission to become a thriving find out how you become a thriving artist, because the notion of the starving artist is one which has been around for a long time, and I don't think it's entirely true. But that's kind of what I was always led to believe, is that you can't make money from your art. You've got to go out and get a real job, and art can only ever be a hobby. And this is kind of what I'm trying to prove is a lie, all lies, by hopefully becoming an artist that can live off of my art. Livestream is great as it doesn't have to be perfect and edited, that's right. And I've got you up on the screen as well, Rob, which is great. So I'm not having to look at my phone to read comments. I'm getting better. Each live stream I'm just adding a little bit of something else. And I think that's the way to do it. You know, you can't start perfect. You just get to it bit by bit and improve where you can. I find it's a good idea to watch back occasionally, have a bit of a look and see how it turned out. And I'm the second person watching. Yes, I am. Cheeky that, eh? I've got 2 people watching. I did invite a bunch of people on Instagram, but who knows? I do have some questions lined up, and I intend to answer them this time. Yes, I'm the second secret person watching. Rob, so like last night where I was illustrating away and I had the issue with the stylus, and I was having that issue trying to recreate characters out of existing photos, which we will be able to do a lot of times, but not always, as in like tonight. And I was trying to have a go at recreating the characters last night after the live stream. I was in a bad frame of mind. I was a bit annoyed with that, and I was trying to do original drawings of the characters in Procreate, and I found it really difficult. Like, I can do the line work over the top, I can do the colouring and that, but to create original drawings of the characters, I had such a hard time. And that's why I ended up going, I'm going to just do them on paper. And I don't know if it almost uses a different part of a brain or something, but I really just got into the flow, felt that I did quite well, and was really happy with what I'd managed to do. So I'm finally got there from being frustrated and thinking, I can't draw in this thing, so I can still do the initial images as sketches. And if you did see from the start of my live stream tonight, I played a time lapse of like a real time lapse of me sketching mum character, and you know, it's good. It adds a bit of a traditional element to the whole thing. And not interrupted as you're drawing. Yeah, I suppose for that, creating some original drawings, it's one of those things that, it might be one of those things that I can't, like I can talk and do this, and I can talk and colour, but to actually create a sketch of someone is something a bit different. I have to do something a bit different. So I knew that layer was there somewhere. So I think you only see the last comment. You didn't read the 3 I wrote before that one. I think they disappear. Ah, yes, I see it up there. Let's have a look. The second person watching, yes, just getting started is the best way. Great advice when getting started on a YouTube channel, otherwise you'd never start. And it led to us meeting and getting the book published. So awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. On paper look great, maybe because you can shade, so it's not as interrupted when you're drawing. Yeah, cool. Totally. Do some merge downs here. So getting there, just going to have a little sip of coffee because it is a coffee and chat. And then maybe I'll do a first question. This is an interesting one. So how do you stay? Because, you know, motivate man and all that kind of stuff. And I don't have Elijah hanging about helping me get motivated. So how do I get motivated? Well, this has been an interesting project because I have to, I'm under the pump this time to get this book out, which is great. Like last year and whenever to do Motivate Man, it took about 1.5 years, and like this time we're doing it in a space of 2 months, and so part of it, the motivation, is the deadline, and I've got a fire under my butt to get it done, and also a great motivation I've found is to have not only the deadline, but to have it scheduled out, so I know that these days I'm doing backgrounds, these days I'm doing the characters, these days I'm coming back and doing the textures, the shading, the highlights, the things like that. And knowing that by looking at the schedule and going, if I stick to the schedule and do the things that have to be done on those dates, and I will have turned what was essentially 1.5 years work into 2 months, which is amazing. And I know, but the first book is always going to be the hardest book because I'm creating 100% new images, because the world of Elijah and Crumpet hadn't been created, like the house, like the hills, like the interior rooms, things like that. That was all completely new, and they had to be created from scratch. But great thing about doing a series of books is that you've got that now in your library. You've got the mountains, you've got the rooms, the backdrops, and all those kinds of things to work from. So you're not drawing it all from scratch. So you can actually, that's one of the reasons I've been able to turn a 1.5 year project into a 2 month project, because a lot of the work is already done. And I don't think it's an issue using images which have already been done, because you're kind of doing a remix and rejigging them in into the new storyline. So that has helped for motivation as well, seeing it come along quickly, and seeing it come along quickly because the more drawings and more artwork I have in my library, the quicker it becomes. So the more motivated I become. Another great motivating factor is, like, because you can't create much content, is to actually do lives. Because if you're doing lives and you schedule a live and you invite people along and you've got the client who you're working for coming along as well, and it's all about turning up. You got to turn up, and if you set that, you can't, like, on the night go, oh geez, I don't know, I don't really feel like it, I'm not really in the mood, I can kind of, maybe tomorrow night I'll do it. But once it's already planned and set in stone, you've got to go for it. And the thing is as well, like, you might not feel like getting into it in the beginning, but if illustrating is your true kind of passion, which it is for me, all you got to do is get set up, get started, and as soon as you start drawing, it just starts to flow and everything starts to become so much easier. So scheduling live streams, inviting people along so you have to show up, is a great way to motivate yourself. And also by just having that regular routine and getting in the regular routine, so I can set up my live stream. I get into a routine of getting all my things together, getting everything set up, getting it just right, and it becomes easier and easier. It's not like, oh, I forgot this and oh, I forgot that. You've just got a system, a routine. You're doing it every day. And like, I know, working every day as well, you're definitely going to get better and better. Showing up every day, doing it every day. So, and getting better and faster, that's motivating as well. So I suppose you can say that's how I stay motivated. And also coffee helps. Have I missed anything in the chat? Focus on the aim and completion and keep up a routine. I've copied that schedule for book 3 as well, as the customer wants, if possible, for December. As you say, the objects you have now will make it get faster. That's right, 100%. And that sounds very cool, about more work. Plus we also have the other customers involved with projects, so we have to work to the project schedules. That's right. It's that thing of treating it like a business. That's kind of why I was really annoyed last night that, like, a stylus could disrupt the flow of things. But it led me to something else. It led me to realising that I have to draw original character drawings. I need to do them with a pencil and paper. So I've lost a bit of time, but I've also discovered that, because for me to draw an original character drawing with a pencil and paper is so much faster for me trying to do it digitally, because I get a sense of what everything is on the page. And yeah, it's because when you're in a digital program like this, you're zoomed in and you're your sense of space is a little bit put out. I'm not sure. I think what do I do? I'm on 14 now. I think I'm going to reduce the eyes. They just look a bit heavy. Oops. That looks a bit better. Just have to light the fire as the family is freezing. Yes, you've got to keep the family alive, Rob. Okay. Now we'll draw some bits, and we will duplicate the eye, and we will move that one across to here. Because no matter how much you're sketching, you've got to keep eyeballs properly round, or not round, but merge it down. Everything else can kind of have funny edges to it, and that, but eyeballs have got to have that nice round or oval shape. There we go. And what are we on now? 8, back up to about 14, I think it was. That's too big. Stay on 8. There we go. Lovely. I'm not sure, because normally I put lips and teeth in, so I'll see what I do there for lips and teeth in a bit. But at least I've kind of got the rough positioning of that. Let's see what I have for a next question here. How many hours a day do I draw? Well, up until now, it's kind of been a bit all over the place. And when you're a parent with kids, you kind of just do stuff when you can. And it might turn out that you go, oh, it's actually been it's like, it can be a long time. That's why I think part of kind of what needs to be part of how do you become a thriving artist is you need regular projects to be working on and deadlines to work towards, even if you're not working for someone like I am now. Like, I have a few other book ideas that I'm looking at, and also things like, maybe you're working towards a calendar, or you're working towards a collection of t-shirts or things like that. I think having a goal of your own work and a theme of your work, like I think there's a lot of people spend all their time just stuck for ideas or fluffing around, and I think that's fine, But if you do it in a theme, and if you do it with something like, because a lot of people make, I think even when you're practicing, that work that you're practicing with should be work that you can potentially sell. I mean, why not? Qualifier 1 is... Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Here it is. I got that hand, they're both okay. Thank you, Qualifier 1, for being concerned about my well-being. I don't know what I'd be doing with the other hand. Wiping the sweat off my brow. So yeah, I think always having a project is definitely something to keep you drawing, something to work towards. So at the moment, because I do have this project on, I'm working about 3 hours a day on it. On average, sometimes it's 4 hours a day. We're currently building a bus that we're living in, as part of this trying to become a thriving artist, cut down our living expenses, live on a bus, and we're taking it seriously. And so I working about 3 hours, so during the day working on the bus, so that's like the equivalent of working a job. And then at night time, put the kids to bed, get to work drawing, and usually go to about midnight. But sometimes, like my goals kind of take me to 1 or something like that. Pretty much 1 o'clock is the time when I'm just like going, nah, that's just like, I seriously have to get to bed now, because the kids normally get up about 6, and 5 hours or less sleep, and I'm completely shattered. So yeah. That is how many hours I work a day? About 3 hours a day, 7 days a week at the moment. Eventually I probably want to actually have a weekend. But it's just a month. Got another question here in the question thing. How is your new fridge going? Well, that's because we're on, Rob knows that we're on our Bus Millie, and our Bus Millie on Instagram. And so we've got the fridge. It's so funny, we measured it up online and measured the door to the bus. These are things you don't actually think about too much, or you might not think about. We thought about quite a bit, and we measured about 20 times, making sure, going, yep, that's going to fit, I think, in the bus. And got it there, and it wasn't going to fit. And we go, that's okay, we'll take it out of its box. And we took it out of its box, and we're trying to get it through the door, and go, that's still not going to fit. Okay, how is it when we turn it sideways, take the doors off? So we took the doors off. It's cool. And we just managed to sneak it in through the door hole in the bus. And then the problem was, once we got the fridge into the bus, is because the fridge is almost the exact height screw, but there was not enough room, so we had to kind of maneuver where the skylight was, little emergency hatches are, to be able to get the drill in to put the doors back on. So we definitely couldn't have had a larger fridge if we tried. And how's it going? We don't know yet, because the annoying thing is, for people that are doing our solar setup, they're putting together a kit for the solar and off-grid electricity for our bus millie, and they were planning on coming over, setting up shop right near where we're making the bus, and we thought, well, that's awesome. That's until they locked the borders to Victoria, and they've been stuck in Victoria ever since. So we have no power in our bus, in terms of, we do have power in the bus, but we don't have it doesn't have its own power. We're kind of drawing it from a landline, I don't know what you call it, something like that. So haven't used the fridge yet, but we're very happy with how it fits. Okay, so just getting some more hair detail. Elijah here. Oops, don't want it as a reference, I want it as a merge down. Merge down. Okay. Now, goes that way, that's right. Alright, that one might need a little bit of a tidy. So might need a bit of a tidy. And so with these live streams as well, I keep toing and froing, but I think multi-streaming is the way. That's why I haven't put any music on, so that there's no copyright issues. So we are live streaming on Twitch as well, and also live streaming out on Periscope, which goes to Twitter, which is very cool, because the Twitter, when you go live on Twitter, it shows up in the feed, and it shows up with a video playing live, which is quite eye-catching and cool. But I don't know how many. I do get a few views come through on Periscope, but I don't have much interaction. So if you're watching from Periscope, please drop us a line, say hi. Now, I'll make it a bit smaller. Follow the curve around. Okay. Now we get into oh, someone just joined. Welcome. Oh yes, we got 3 watching. Hello. Say hi in the chat. Don't be shy. Ask a question. I'm here illustrating the 2nd kids book for Elijah and Crumpet, and we've got some backgrounds illustrated, and just putting in some foreground characters. So the character I'm drawing here is Elijah from the Elijah and Crumpet YouTube channel. And their channel raises Down syndrome awareness by just having fun and doing things, and yeah, it's really cool. You should check it out. I'll even put the thing up here. Where are we? Elijah and Crumpet. Elijah and Crumpet on YouTube. After this live stream, go check it out. There's a cool new video, there's a cool new couple of videos coming out there about Scouts selling the first book, Motivate Man. There's a bit of a fundraiser kind of thing going on. So it could be someone from Japan, as I put your link in my Instagram profile, and I have a lot of followers from Japan. Konbanwa. Konbanwa. I probably said that incredibly badly. Where am I? I'm there. Still my new line, that's okay. And you'll notice Elijah's hasn't forgotten his toothbrush. Good fellow. But I tell you what, one of the hardest things as a dad, being Father's Day thing here, is getting your kids to brush their teeth. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I was so terrible at brushing my teeth, but it's so hard to get your kids to brush your teeth. Do you have teeth brushing issues in the Lonsdale household, Rob? Was everybody all over teeth? Okay. Another layer here. Get some nice bristles going. And then come back along and kind of, there we go. And so that back strap go up here. Make my line width big again for the backpack. Okay, now I didn't see this before, but I should just make this disappear behind his back, otherwise it just looks weird. That's good evening in Japanese. Go electric. It times 2 minutes. Ah, yes, we have used electric toothbrushes before. My youngest 2-year-old, she's absolutely so that there's a problem. Eldest daughter, she's 5. Should probably dig electric toothbrushes. What shall we name the toothpaste? I thought of a good one. I think it is anyway. Call it cheesy. I don't know. Cheesy smile? I don't know. Cheesy toothpaste. Oh no, my brand new stylus is falling apart. Oh no, it's not. It's just the lid coming off. I'm paranoid now. What's going on here? There we go. No, it's okay. All is good. So where was that? That was there. That's good. But can you get banana toothpaste? I know we've got some kids' toothpastes that we use. One's blueberry flavour, one's strawberry flavour, one's raspberry flavour. Crumpet monkey type thing. But I like the idea of cheesy green. Which is very cool. I was thinking banana, yeah. Yeah, banana is the logical choice. Okay. There we go. Yay! We have an Elijah outline. Cool. We go to Crumpets. And how have we done? 53 minutes, holy moly. Oh yeah. I'll just keep, oops, so don't draw on the image layer, is key. Now I've worked out a way for this, so I do all of the I'm going to do it going in inward stroke every other one of these. See, Crumpet, like I came up with the idea for Crumpet. Initially, Rob hit me up a while back saying, you know, he saw that I was doing illustration stuff and goes, oh gee, I really love it if you do an illustration of Crumpet. I'm going, yeah, cool. I'd love to do that. And I was trying to figure out a way to draw Crumpet's hair. And so I thought of this kind of way of making it a bit spiky like this, because his Crumpet's hair is kind of crazy and going out everywhere. And I did this kind of effect with his hair, which was kind of quite designer. I quite like it. And little did I know I'd have to be recreating it lots. and so I have to kind of develop a quick way of drawing it. And see, now I go through and layer 2 on the eraser, and now I'm just like dum dum dum, and I know I'm knocking back all of those. And then it just kind of makes it, it's a process. There's so many just straight out processes, especially when it comes to digital illustration, talking about layers, talking about processes. Otherwise you can just end up chasing your tail round and round and round. And this one I can come in from the other way and let that hair kind of come in front a bit. And that kind of gets it covered. A process. Okay, I have time for another question. Where was we? That one. I'll go with that one. Did I go to art school? No, I didn't go to art school, but I kind of have been in the arts. Going back through my entire CV, I started off as a wooden boat builder, which I know is like one of those unusual careers where people go, oh, a wooden boat builder. It's such a romantic notion of being a wooden boat builder. And I was a wooden boat builder because my parents bought a wooden boat and we got people to work on that boat to restore it. And I ended up helping out, and they ended up going, oh yeah, he's a good help. So ended up getting a job there, and which is interesting because, you know, fitting out wooden boats, and now I'm fitting out our bus. It's a very similar thing. I mean, the great thing with the bus is you don't have to keep it afloat, which is, you know, handy. And anyway, so that whole time, I always had a big love of films, and so I kind of went to film school after that. Decided to get out of there and go to film school. And my first film school I went to, which was a really kind of practical one where we went out and we made films, and we made lots of short films. And that's kind of a time where I made, you know, wrote and directed some short films, but it pretty soon became apparent that I could roughly draw, And pretty much every short film, before they would give you the equipment to go out and waste money shooting films, because back then it would kind of cost money. That shows you how old I am. You would have to do a storyboard, which is all the little drawings that make up the entire film, a bit like a comic or something like that. So each short film would have, 100 or so drawings. And if you go to film school and you can draw a little, you pretty quickly get roped into doing all the storyboards. And I found that really, really exciting and really fun, because you get to tell the story of a film before the DOP, and which a director of picture, the camera guy, and before the director themselves. You kind of get to choose where the camera goes and stuff like that. If they kind of don't know themselves, you get to make all those choices. And I really like that concept in terms of, because that's the part I really love about the kids' books as well, is, you get to choose what you're looking at and how you're going to tell the story. And it's what really fires me up. So it's kind of interesting that I've come from film school, so I haven't trained in the arts at all, apart from the arts of filmmaking. And from there, I went to... From there, I went to working in kids' TV. I went to helping out, being art direction on adverts and stuff like that, and all these kinds of things. But I really just wanted to be a director, like Quentin Tarantino, because I'm from that era, inspired by Quentin Tarantino and that kind of time, mid-90s. And so I found it quite hard as an industry to get into, because for one, in South Australia, it's not really it's not Hollywood. And to make a film costs a hell of a lot of money. Well, it did back then. You see, now it's so accessible, because cameras are so much more accessible. You can go out to streaming so much more easily, all these kinds of things. I think it's a much more accessible industry now. But anyway, at the time, I went and made my own business from the ground up, which was doing outdoor cinemas, showing movies, and like wineries and councils and things like that would hire me. And this was back in the day, before DVDs even, when the films were on film reels, and I'd be screening to audiences of a few thousand people sometimes to audience of 2 or 3, but and that was really exciting, and I suppose it was still kind of being in the film realm. And it's funny, one person from my film days came up to me when I was doing one of my screenings and said, "You've finally made it in films." I was going, "You always wanted to work in the film industry, and now you are." And I suppose I am. It's not really how I wanted to do it, though. I wanted to be a director. Anyway, so in terms of that, I thought I wanted to go to university and study film, and turned out that university was just a whole lot of theory at the time. And I love watching films, but I don't like clocking up a massive hextet watching films. And time came along where we had kids. This is the start of a fork in the road journey, and had to make a decision. I was going to be the stay-at-home dad, and we had to kill the cinema business because my wife made more money doing what she was doing. And so I thought, well, I'm having kids. I've done all this drawing from film stuff, and I'm reading kids' books to my kids at night. And some of the drawings, some drawings in kids' books are absolutely amazing, and some of them are like, quite simple. And I think, well, I could do that. And so I started to explore that, and here I am. And so and the thing is as well, I don't think you need to go art school. You can learn a lot online, but it depends how you thrive as someone who learns, whether you're someone who can seek out your own learning, or whether you work better in a curriculum style thing. I think I work better going, okay, realising where my shortfalls are in my illustration, and then going, okay, I need to go out and look at some videos on that and work out how to do that. So I think today with things like Skillshare and stuff like that, it is to train yourself if you really want to do that. So no, didn't go to art school. Funny thing is, I don't know anything, even like all the kind of big artist names. Like I know who Salvador Dali is, I know who Banksy is, I know who Pro Hart is, I know who Damien Hirst is, but really my and the so on my art channel, when I've got a bit more time, as artists wannabe artist responds to real artists or something like this, because the other day I watched a video, what's his name, Bob Ross or whatever, the guy with the afro, and he paints and talks at the same time, and I was just blown away about how he puts images together. So it'd be good to have like reaction videos or something like that. But anyway, that's that. And I'm also on Instagram. Let's see what I've missed out in the chat. Norway has a real culture of wooden boats. I did a tall ship race around Norway many years ago. Oh, cool. And there were lots of sailing wooden boats. That's awesome. Well, there you go. So the boats we made were mainly American designs called sailing boats called Sharpies, and a lot of plywood style design, but we did do a few of the classic like Venice speedboat racer kind of things, which was super cool. Just like a made of wood, very cool. But yeah, got paid very little money for that job, and it completely ruined my back, because there was a time when we were building a hull. It's about a 30-foot hull out of cedar strips, and we had to ship it out to another location, and we had it up on blocks, and someone was reversing a trailer under the hull while people were taking away the stands, and like it was one of these things where everybody was involved, and we're moving it, inching it back bit by bit, and one of the stands got knocked over, and and the hull fell off the rest of its stands, came crashing off its stands. The only thing is that someone was still holding on to it when it fell off the stands, and that person was me. And I got 2 compressed discs in my spine, and regret the day that I ever held on to that boat. I should have just let it crash to the floor and smash, because having 2 compressed discs in your spine has been pretty debilitating. But yeah, wooden boats. I do like them, do have a soft spot for them. Tom's going to film school. Definitely would love to have a chat with Tom about film school, and not only film school, but the new era in film that we're coming into. Like, I would recommend Tom checks out Steven Soderbergh's films. He's done a couple of films that were shot on iPhones, and so this is what I really love. Like, it's just so accessible these days. Like, sure, he's got big lenses hanging off his iPhone, and probably working the footage quite a lot through some pretty crazy filters, but yeah, but just that thing of it being so accessible. Like, back in the day when I was trying to make films, you'd have to hire a camera for, $500 a day or something like that, and then lights now is what you need. Before, it's just a completely different thing. So I'm big on guerrilla style filmmaking. Like, I think anybody can make a film now. I think one day I'd like to give it a go when I got a bit more free time. Come in here. But some of the video production that you see on YouTube is amazing too. I mean, sure, that's with like DSLR cameras and stuff like that. But you don't have to have the best stuff. You don't have to have incredibly expensive stuff anymore. What you do need to find is somewhere where you can stream it, and have a really good way of marketing it, and you're off. Okay, what have we got down here? A few stragglers. Clean up on those pesky hairs. Tidy up as well, so I can know where I'm at. So I'll work with those lines now. do the others on another layer. Okay. Kind of flatten out like so. Okay, Crumpets getting there. Gotta get a bit of his thumb. Clean up. Cool, cool, cool. Here's a good question. Rob will like this one. When will the book be finished? Well, my current deadline is the end of September. So yeah, that's it for me. But I just wonder, Rob, if you're listening at the moment, so when I get it, what do you think kind of a release schedule is going to look like? And, you know, going by previous efforts, what do you think would be, when it would be available in store? So yeah, just keep the question rolling. Is that right? So I'm doing the book in terms of I'll do all the backgrounds. Then I will come through and add all the characters, and on the next pass, and then on the next pass I'll add all the textures, shadows, highlights, and text. And then there'll be a few days or so where I will be doing all the editing bits, and there'll be a bit of toing and froing from the Ingram Spark website, prints back from Ingram Spark. So I'm not sure, but in terms of the drawing is set to be done by the end of September. So that's pretty exciting. And that's what we're working towards. That's why I'm cranking on this. And there's Elijah and Crumpet's YouTube thing. If you want to go and check out their channel as well, I highly recommend it. You will find more information about the books over there. I actually had 12th of September on the schedule. I just checked. Oops. 12th of September. Is that when we're set to finish? I thought we were set to finish at the end of September. It's lucky we're having these conversations. Yeah, I thought it was, my schedule was for finishing at the end of September. Ew. Is that a big problem, Rob? So, yeah, it is good that I ask these. It's one of the great things about working live with your client is you can chat with them, and also helps with the editing process as well, because rather than waiting till it actually gets to the edit, Rob on a few occasions has been able to say, no, I want that like that, or that needs to be over there, or hang on, you've missed this. It's just amazing that we can create books like this. Okay, let's get some eyelids on here. I've got some more information just dropped in from Rob here. Let me just have a look at it in a sec. Just get this other eyelid on and get proof from printer is the 25th of September, then distribute books around the 15th of October, but the issue is book 3 timings, as then may not be achievable now. Blast. So, we can work around a proof from a printer on the 25th, and distribute books around the 15th. Or draw it, as the case may be. Yeah. I'll have to have a re-look at things and see what we can achieve. I have to give you a call tomorrow, Rob, maybe, and we'll see what we can do. Again, that's not a deal breaker, but I had book 3's schedule as you start the storyboard on the 27th of September. Okay. So to put a gap there as a contingency. Aha. I'll have to have another look. Did them the wrong way around. So So what did you have down as our final book drawings done by? Just out of interest sake, because, yeah, I had the end of September. And I thought, yeah, I can make that. Okay. It will be fine. Book 2 customer is kind of... It will be fine. Book 2 customer is kind of delayed from the original schedule anyway, so it won't matter. 12th of September front cover. 12th September complete front cover. That's doable. What date is today? 5th. We better work on the front cover, which will probably be images from the book anyway. So we might have to think about what images from the book we want. And skipped those pages first for illustrating. Is probably the way of going about it, I reckon, Rob. So, yeah, we'll have to have a look at that. Till September complete front cover. Easy peasy. Lemon sensible. Was complete front cover once. The rest of the book was complete, so it was all completed by the 12th of September. Okay. Okay. Work out what line I'm working on here. Not that one. And I had 2 weeks to get it all printed and published on Ingram Spark. Okay, so basically just finish this book as quickly as humanly possible. Bigger. It's all good. We can push out book 3. That's not an issue. Okay. Sorry about that miscommunication. But you know, it's good we've picked it up now. Very good. See, Crumpet's hair. He requires a bit of work, that Crumpet. Worth it. I love the effect. Just making sure I don't have any other comments that have appeared through Twitch or whatever, because the Twitch ones will end up on my phone. But no, it's a ghost town on Twitch, as it tends to be. I don't know how you make Twitch work. Twitch seems like a completely different landscape. But if people start showing up there, that's great. If they don't, I don't think I'm gonna put much effort into trying to get them there, because it looks like a whole new thing to learn, especially when we're moving through these books quickly. Prefer to do it properly always and not rush to cut many corners. We'll be looking at the book for a lifetime, so it's best not to have regrets. Yep, totally. For sure. And really, I know Motivate Man took a long time, but I'm really proud of how much, because some of those pages have got about 5 or 6 drawings within the one illustration, which is great now, because we can go back later and use those images again. But it did make the process slow in the beginning. Storming through it, thank you very much. It's great work, thank you very much. Yeah, occasionally there's just going to be illustrations we'll have to completely do from scratch, because we won't have the the body of work there to support, because I just didn't have any sideways walking shots from the side. And this one requires 3 people walking from the side, 3 characters walking from the side. So is here, but you know, they're added to the library now. We've got, these guys will now be on the walking from the side library, and we can make minor tweaks and adjustments to then turn them into original illustrations for future down the track. So as I say, it'll just keep getting quicker and quicker for more of a body of work we have behind us. Now, where are we heading to on this one? Are we that one? No, we're that one. Yep. So, Rob, have you heard back from Elon Musk about us converting his Tesla into the smart model Tesla? I think it could catch on. If you check out my Instagram, and you see Marshall Instagram, you will see the smiling Tesla, what we're talking about. Because we were drawing the Tesla and just went, it looks a bit grumpy. It's just its natural look. It's got a resting grumpy face. So I thought, I think that's what my kids initially said. They said, why is the car so grumpy? I said, that's just what it looks like. And which led, well, it might have led to it. I know we're talking. So, tend to go quiet when I can hear my kids are waking up. I do have something that I can put on a screen if they do wake up. However, I always talk about ideas, and I think that's a good idea, but then I don't end up doing it. Like saying that I keep the live streams to an hour. But here this live stream has gone to an hour and 40 minutes. We could have a banana-shaped water bottle with a straw. Yeah, that's true. Maybe Crumpet has banana toothpaste. And Elijah has the cheesy one. Oh, yes. We could do that. Let me just merge those. Well, let's go. We can take out that. And we can go toothbrushes. So I'll put Crumpets one at the back because Elijah's one was going the other way. His bristles need to go the other way. I don't know how much. I don't know if it's one of those pockets which is like a meshy pocket, and you can still read stuff through it. Then we could potentially have banana and cheesy. How's Elijah going to feel having the cheesy toothpaste? Oh, do you reckon he'd like cheese toothpaste? Bring that down. Oh, I'm down small now. Now, I won't write banana now, because what I'll do is I actually get, when I like doing text, I like to write it out in another program and just insert it and draw over the top of it. But I think I'll get the line work for Crumpet done here. And then I will go on the end of life for tonight, and then you'll be able to see the colouring in later. So in that sense I should do something like that. Lots of merging down. I've been catching up on here. There we go. Just got to check the fire. Yes, you're leaving the fire unattended. It's going to go out. Okay, and now go another layer. Raising one lot of lines, and then go back and raise another lot of lines. Okay, looking good. I'm back. Did you scroll up to the earlier comment above the email? Maybe Crumpet has a banana toothpaste or Elijah the cheesy one, yep. Or he could have banana shaped water. Kids would find it funny. Just got fire. Maybe scroll up to the earlier comment about email. Oh yeah, just emailed book to customer to see if we can make it public yet, seeing as we are nearing the giveaway images stages. Hopefully I'll have an answer tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. That would be good to know, because then we won't make it a secret anymore. It'll be out in the open. Finally, we can talk freely. Okay. Let's have a look at something. Banana. I don't know if you get the wiggles much in your household, Rob, but there's that song about all the fruits. Now, move, you thing. Oh no, actually I shouldn't sing song. YouTube, because they will recognise the copyright infringement. That looks good. Now, a bit. Now I might go. Make it a bit more solid. You can see by adding text, you know, you can get the spacing and everything. Right. Some of them might be a bit too solid. There we go, looks about right. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Yep, 10 years of Wiggles, and it's stuck in my head forever. That's it. Crumpet going on a holiday with his banana toothpaste. Doesn't get any better than that. Cool bananas. Alrighty. So we've got Elijah. We've got Crumpet. And we got Mum following up with the car keys to the Tesla, doing the blip blip. Jelly Dog, hey, how's it going? Great to have you here. We've been live for an hour and 53 minutes. But you know, what's a few more minutes? How you doing, man? Sketchy HB, yes. So this is Mum. No keys, it's a card or a tiny Tesla. It's a card. Could it be something like that? I mean, because there's the house keys. Can you attach the house keys to the Tesla card? I have to send you a photo. Yep. Do you do that kind of a thing? Do you hold it out and go blip blip? Is that a thing? Well, that's pretty big. About, so where are we at there? About, so I think that's about 14, 15, what we were on before. No, can't attach. Jelly Duck, you are going on a trip, Jelly. I've seen your photo going on a trip, Jelly Duck. No, can't attach. You don't press it, it just senses you're near. Oh my goodness. Modern technology. It's too much. Okay. Maybe just have the card in Mum's hand. It's a black credit card, okay. Very stylish. I will do. With Tesla. Weird Tesla writing in silver across the middle. I'm not sure, it's going to be pretty small, so I don't think we're going to see that kind of detail. But it's good to know that it's just a black card. So what are you up to, Jelly Duck? You making sweet music? Making some cool beats on GarageBand. Sending me a photo so I can copy. Thank you very much. I'll merge those other ones down. So now I can go on. Do the hands. Underneath. So you get those. Just off to feed the cat. Cool. I'm surprised you can get away with feeding your cat so late, Rob. I know cats like to be fed before it gets too dark, I found. So, another ear. And, if you've got a Tesla, I'm just presuming you might have something like an Apple Watch. Just saying. I don't know. Potentially. Rob might be able to verify. Go and bring that one. Oops. That one. No, don't want a paintbrush, I want a razor. What's to verify? Oh, yeah, so just because the technology, your wife obviously likes technology, having a Tesla might also be the environmental aspect, and also the fact that Teslas. I think they're pretty cool. But anyway, I was just kind of presuming she might have an Apple Watch as well. So, you know, because people don't tend to wear watches much these days, but unless it's an Apple Watch. So, see if I'm completely off the mark here, or whether that is confirmed. Yes, Apple Watch. No watch. Ah, damn. So it definitely can't be a, what do you call it, a medium. Does your wife wear a watch? Oh yes, very good, very good. How did you know this amazing facts? Okay. How you going there, Rob? You hanging in there? We're at 2 hours. Be interesting to see how how much data this one uses, because I've got YouTube. What I should do is just mention that the kids are waking up. I'll make the streaming quality 144 so it's pixely as anything, but it's just easier for me to read the comments. Just trying to find out if Mrs. L wants a bracelet. No, nothing. No watch. No, nothing. No, nothing. Yeah, I must admit, I am a non-jewellery person. I don't wear a watch. Don't have any piercings. Don't have tattoos. Just like to be free and clean. Where are we? Let's end this right now. Except I might have some lines that need adjusting, adding to, a bit more, a bit thinner, just to kind of. There we go. Streaming yeah, no, I lowered the streaming quality on on my computer that I'm watching the comments on, because it's easier to read the comments off of a computer than trying to have a look at the phone all the time. Oopsie. Is there any like a feature how it does that? And now you can adjust it. It's just a matter of adjusting it. Oh, being summoned by the kids. Anyway, we're almost there with that. And at 2 hours, I'll probably end it there rather than going for another whole hour. But hopefully you'll see some good results tomorrow as to what I've gotten up to and placing these characters, all these 3 characters, onto this background. It should be fun to see what that all looks like, all coloured and on there. I can't wait, because the further you get, the more I keep wanting to see it on there and see it done. So I'll get there soon. Okay, so good night everyone. Have a great evening and check you next time.